Hello, welcome back once again. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you the importance of scanning. So let me take you to the roadmap of a presentation. So first, I'll be dealing with the concept of scanning, wherein I will discuss the meaning and purpose. Second, I will deal with the process, wherein I will talk about the method and technique of scanning. Third, I will share with you examples related to scanning. And fourth, I will highlight the importance of scanning. So let us move on to the first topic, that is the concept. So here I will say the scanning is a reading technique, and this technique is useful as we can develop our prediction skills. So I had spoken in my earlier videos that prediction is a skill that we need to acquire or need to learn because it can help us to develop our reading speed, and also it can help us in cognitive development. So I would say that scanning is one of the techniques that will help us to acquire the skill of prediction. So this reading technique is undertaken when the reader wants to find specific information quickly from the text that is provided by the writer, and the reader is trying to seek answers to questions that he has formed in his mind about the particular passage, and thereby he ignores the unrelated information given in the passage. So having understood the concept of scanning, I would like to take you to the difference between skimming and scanning. So skimming is a process wherein the reader tries to get a general overview or tries to understand the main theme conveyed by the writer. And this is done by focusing on keywords, that is the content words. So this is a thorough activity, and the reader gets a proper understanding of what the writer is trying to convey. Whereas scanning is a process whereby the reader tries to collect specific information about the passage, and thereby the reader is focusing on the entire text, no doubt, but he is looking at only specific information. So he is definitely developing the reading speed, but this activity is limited because he's looking at specific information. So I would say that it is not that scanning is not important at all. It is important, but skimming and scanning, go along together. And when the reader is involved in the process of developing his reading speed, he should be involved in both these activities or both these techniques in order to develop his reading speed. So he should undertake the first skimming as the first technique because he gets an overall idea of the passage or what the writer is trying to convey. And then he should involve in the process of scanning so that he can get particular information about the questions he has about the passage. So having understood this, let us now move on to the process of scanning. So scanning gives a clarity of thought to the reader, and therefore the reader has to decide on a few keywords that he wants to scan. So once he decides on a few keywords, he can look at one keyword at a time. Once he looks at one keyword at a time, he definitely can look rapidly at the entire passage so that he can locate that particular keyword that he is looking for. So once he finds out the particular keyword, he has to read the surrounding material in order to get a proper understanding of the keyword that the writer is trying to convey. So having understood the process, let us look at certain examples that will help us to understand the process of scanning. So here I have two advertisements. Now, if I want the readers to get acquainted with the process of scanning, I can ask the reader certain leading questions or certain questions I can frame in order to help the readers acquire the skill of scanning. So first I can say that identify whether the statements are true. So I have the first statement over here. Vidya Mandir classes gives brief idea about the facilities provided at campus. So when I'm talking of Vidya Mandir classes over here, the reader can specifically look at both the advertisements and can definitely find out which advertisement talk about Vidya Mandir classes. Once they are able to locate this information, then they can just glance at Vidya Mandir, the advertisement on Vidya Mandir classes, and can get an idea whether they talk about the facilities provided at campus. And then identify whether the statement is true or false. Then the next statement that I can give the readers is the add-on classes give emphasis on the holistic development of a child. Again, I need to look at Vidya Mandir classes advertisement, and I need to try to gather information whether they give information or give emphasis to the holistic development of a child. Then the approach of both ads is to help students to learn and acquire skills. Again, I need to look at both the ads in order to find out whether both the ads give emphasis to help the students learn and acquire the skills. So in this way, I am giving these questions in order to help the readers develop their technique of scanning or develop the habit of scanning for specific information or locating it for specific information. Thereby, I am also trying to develop the reading speed and also trying to develop the prediction skills. So this way, I can help the readers acquire the skill of scanning. Another way, possible way could be that I have taken a first page from a particular novel, and I can give the title of the novel to them. Now, this the novel is taken from the famous novel Crime and Punishment. So the title says Crime and Punishment. So the word crime and punishment, we understand the meaning. And so therefore, when I'm reading the first page of the novel, I will try to find out whether there is some information related to crime or there is something suspicious about any character that the writer has described. And in this way, I am trying to ascertain whether the title is related to what the writer is trying to say, and develop so it develops a curiosity in the reader, and this curiosity will definitely encourage him to read the novel further. So having understood this, let us now move on to the importance of scanning. Scanning is a form of pre-reading, and it is definitely very important for the reader to undertake this technique or understand the importance of this technique. It helps to understand the main points, and even if we scan the article, we are actually not only scanning the article, we are also scanning the questions, especially when you are involved in standardized tests. We have to scan both in order to arrive at specific answers. So there is a scope to develop questions, and we also use the scanning in order to understand the use of unfamiliar words, and we also get an opportunity to predict the writer's intention. So having understood the importance, I would like to thank all of you for your patient listening.